Hey guys, what's going on? So today I thought I'd talk to you guys about some kind of random things in Classic WoW that can make you stand out a bit more or just give a little bit more life to your character. And now this is all going to be out of combat stuff, so let's just jump into things. There's obviously no Transmog in Classic WoW, and Transmog is a really big deal in retail WoW. You can, however, collect the different items that you want in order to have a cool looking outfit, and the great thing is a lot of these items are really cheap on the auction house because no one's actually really collecting Transmog items. So that's one good thing, and I really like to utilize this when I'm kind of sitting around in Orgrimmar, or when I sell dire mauled buffs on my hunter. I always put on my Orgrimmar guard outfit, and almost every time someone comes in to get buffs, they always comment on it, so I think that's kind of funny. Another thing you can also get is the Disgusting Oozling. Now this pet is going to go up in price come TBC, so that's one thing that you should know. So if you want to save it till TBC, obviously you'll be able to fetch more gold for it at that point, but I personally really like it and I use it as well. I've also discussed in a video before about how you can use a macro to kind of summon a zoo. I'll show a clip of that here. And that's just a cool way of also showing off all your pets that you have and also making kind of like a cool effect on the ground. Obviously it takes up a lot of bag space, so it's not ideal, but it's kind of a cool thing. The next thing that is pretty unique, and I don't see many people doing this, is using fist weapons and then enchanting them. So fist weapons obviously are on your fist, and if you use the small ones, which are like the brass knuckles or some of the different white fists that you can buy just off vendors, the great thing is they're really small and you can barely see them on your character's model. And then when you enchant them, it looks like your fists are glowing, and obviously you can do like fiery or things like that, and your fists will actually glow. But the one that is my favorite is the Unholy enchant, and that has two skulls oscillating around what looks like your hands. So it's a really cool effect. Obviously if you can dual wield and you have two fists and you run around with these enchanted, it just looks really cool. People are always going to be asking how you did that or inspecting your character, so another thing to just kind of stand out. So moving right along, we also have dresses in Moonglad. Now I talked about this once in a video a while back, but just refreshing people's memory, there are dresses in Moonglad. The great thing about them is they don't require any level, so you can actually use these on your bank characters. Allows you to kind of stand out a little bit more as a bank character. Also, you can use the same kind of concept as the fist weapons. On a bank character, you can have a skinning knife or a blacksmith's hammer or a farmer's broom, and you can enchant that to kind of stand out a little bit more on your bank character. The great thing also about enchanting a skinning knife with, say, plus 30 spell power is you're able to use it almost as like an heirloom and send it around between your characters while you're leveling them up between, say, like level 1 and 20. It's really nice. So that's another tip. Another thing that not many people know is that there's actually a dagger that drops within Zul'Grub, and everyone almost always just passes on it, or someone takes it and sells it for vendor gold. But this dagger is actually has the same model as swords. So if you're a class that can't use a sword, so say like a shaman or a druid, and you have this dagger on your character, it's kind of unique because it'll catch a lot of people's eyes because it doesn't look like it belongs with obviously your class. So I also have the dagger on my druid, and sometimes I have people asking me, oh, how are you equipping a sword? And I have to tell them like, oh, it's not actually a sword, it's just a dagger. But again, it kind of sets you apart and is kind of unique to be able to have. The last thing I would say, and this especially goes for my server, which is Faralina, is there's a lot of people out there selling ports, selling dire maul tribute buffs, selling summons, all that kind of stuff. And so personally, I like to go back to people that have like a fun message, or they're also having like a transmog set or something like that. It kind of sets them apart, and it shows you that they're actually kind of trying with their little summoning business or something like that. So I always go back to the same summoner who always gives me a custom whisper and always is super nice and polite and stuff. Those kind of things go a long way in a video game, and it kind of gives you some recognition. So if you're out there and you're trying to compete for, summons, or selling portals, or selling food and water, health stones, all that kind of stuff. Having some kind of custom macro to include some flavor text, or having a silly outfit that you have on when you get someone, like a summon, when you summon someone and they show up and you're there in a silly outfit or something, or you just remember to say like, thanks for using my service and have a good day, or something like that. Those kind of things go a long way, because you're just going to get repeat customers that way. So yeah, those are kind of my tips on how to stand out in the capital cities, or when you're out of combat, or before you're about to go raid with your guild. Just some fun ways to stand out and get some people looking at your character and being a little bit unique. So that is all, guys, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.